tuning in for the second part of the show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know some people like leave the church and they tune in, and I love that. And I love the emails that I get, and I love you booking online because it is a free consult, and I love chatting with you. Some people just want to talk, which I absolutely love, get information. And I have a wonderful guest here, Coach Brex. Please tell me what you own, tell me what you do, and I really want you to tell what your wife does because, that's totally different than what you both do. Does she like to be outside with you at all?
I try to get her outside with me with those kind of things, but she's not into that stuff. So yeah, my name is Coach Bricks. I run a facility. Mostly, we started out as mostly all athletes. We still do a lot of athletes, do tons of athletes. My main focus is trying to keep them as healthy as possible so they don't get hurt.
Yes.
If they do get hurt, how do we get them back quicker and do it naturally? I also have really gotten into the last 7 years of longevity, how to take care of your body the proper way as you age. And it starts when you're young, but even if you're old, you can still get on the right path and fix your body. So I've really done that. But my wife's the best. She's awesome. She teaches all different kind of classes. She's brought so many different classes. Right now, her newest class is actually an infrared hot class, which you have to take. I've been telling you, you need to do it. It's always books, but I can get you in.
But
she's
bad.
always full.
If I take somebody
it doesn't
else's
matter.
pen,
I'll get you in.
spot.
If you just tell me, and I'll get you in. But it's I usually don't recommend any of these hacks. So everybody that does all these kind of hack stuff, but I do recommend two that I think are so beneficial because of the area that we live in, and it's not always sunny out.
Correct.
It's not always warm. Is sauna and infrared. I think those two are very, very key for our longevity and our health. Just because of the area that we're in. Now, if I was living down in Arizona or Florida, totally different. But in this area, I highly recommend it. And this class is all built on that. So it's all strength training, but it's all done in this infrared. People come out they love it. They're sweating. Not only that class, she does Pilates on the reformer.
And the bear class, right? What do you call it?
Bar. She does bar.
Thank you, yeah.
She does bar. She does
rhythm
ride.
I don't do that one.
Correct. Yes.
Can't even say it right.
And she does like a soul cycle class, on the bike.
Oh, yeah.
So she does unbelievable classes. Her classes are just amazing. People love them. I even have a lot of my athletes who do them. One of my guys who's playing in the UFL right now swears by it. He says this is what has helped him. Even though all the training that I've done, he swears by the booty bar class.
Yeah.
Has definitely helped him out with staying injury free.
Did you say booty?
That's what it's called, booty bar.
So it's really for your booty?
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
Yeah.
I've been always wanting to work on that.
Yeah.
That's something. Every time I go to the gym, that's all I see most people work on.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea when this came about. That your booty. I have a very close friend of mine. She's African American. She goes, a long time ago, every African American is like, oh, the big booty. Nobody liked it. Nobody went. He goes, now we're like, the big booty is great. But red light therapy, I really do believe that myself. And I go to Crunch, but they opened up a huge facility in Chambersburg. I'm like, Chambersburg? Who the heck goes there? But I guess, But they put a lot of like infrared and hot like yoga and stuff like that in there. So this is like really local at your facility, and I love it. Now, do you I guess taking new members? Does your wife take new members?
Yeah, she just takes classes. You can just take classes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so is it is it a monthly thing that you can do, or
you can, but
what
usually
do
sign up
do?
for packages. So people have packages, so they can sign up. Like say at 10 packages.
Yeah.
I might pick doing cycle twice a week, and then the infrared once a week, and then the bar twice a week, or whatever. So you can use those packages for different things.
Yeah, and you can buy like sessions, or can you do like just do monthly and do as many as you want?
I don't think she does it monthly. I do monthly
Yeah.
down at my facility, but she doesn't do monthly. She does mostly all sessions.
Sessions,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you just purchase a certain
Well,
session.
yeah, it's like a more individual attention,
Correct.
and and she does weight training, right?
Correct. In that infrared one, she does that. But all her
Nice.
classes are small, so they're not a big class. I think the bar is the biggest, where she maybe sometimes will have 15,
Yeah.
but most of them are usually between 10 to 12 people.
That's really wonderful because there's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated to go to a big gym. They maybe feel uncomfortable because they don't know what they're doing. But so then she's able to really give that one-on-one individual attention in a smaller class. When you have, if there's a class there's like 25 people in there, and there's a class that say there's 10 people, or 7 people, whatever, you really are getting better attention. And for somebody like if you're listening out there, you're like, I really want to put some activity in there. Oh my God, if you're on the weight loss shots, please, I'm begging you to put activity in there. And I think anybody should, but definitely people that are on weight loss shots, because your muscle mass is just basically gone. So weight training, and you're like, okay, I don't want to go to a big box gym or a gym, whatever they are, and like should be wonderful. So
Yes.
like, what's the website for that, and what's like the?
She's under my website, so she's under the exsp.biz, and then you can look on the female training, and it has all her stuff. But her classes are amazing. Like honestly, the people that have been there, she has a retention rate that's unreal.
Wow.
I mean, some people have been with her, I think she's been open 12, 13 years now. She's had the same people.
Yeah, because they love the classes,
They
you
love
know? And working out is not, you're like, well, I can't believe somebody will be there for such a long time. Why should you be part of something that, for activity needs to be that way. Unless you decide to go buy everything and do it from home, right? But who's going to build a red light therapy in their place? And on top of it, the education, like for you to lift correctly, for you to not get injured, for you to actually work that certain muscle is extremely important. I really do believe that personal, not personal, if you want to call it personal training, that's extremely important. That's like the second most important thing, I think, next to nutrition. You know?
I 100%.
Because if your nutrition is crap, basically.
Correct.
I don't care.
You
You got it. And there's people out there that are like, what do you call them, like fat, skinny people, or they're mush on the inside, and they could be like totally built on the outside, and they still have a lot of health issues. And your nutrition is absolutely what's going to do it. I had a bunch of clients last week that they booked online at mytrimline.com, and two of them worked out a lot. Okay, and like we're talking like 5-6 hours a week, and they still couldn't lose the weight, and they still felt flabby. And I'm like, it's your nutrition. It's what you eat before and after. Then I would go through their day, and it was crazy on like what they were doing before and after their workout. And then obviously the evening is the biggest thing with people. And one of them really thought she was eating healthy, and she really was, like compared to things I've heard. But it was tiny little tweaks we did for her to understand that just these tiny little changes is going to really create a lot of results. Now, I do want to talk about like the gut. I want to go back to that. So what do you think, in your opinion, and even the things that you've been researching, that let's say if somebody out there really wants to take one step that's going to be really helpful to their gut, that they should take that one step?
Yeah, I think one of the things that people have to start to do is you have to really research. And it's unfortunate because it does take a lot of time. And I understand that everybody's crunched for time. But most of our food is sprayed. Okay, and unfortunately, they sign these things into law and they do this stuff. But this gyrosate that is sprayed everywhere is probably one of the most poisonous things that is ever known to man. It's what's used in Roundup, so it kills weeds. Okay, and I wish I'd have known this 8, 9, 10 years ago when I was using Roundup, and I've stopped. When I started hearing about 10 years ago, don't use it. But it gets into your soil. And even if you think you're eating healthy, vegetables, it's in the soil. So it's being put into this food. Ugh. And it doesn't run off as quick as most people think. Like, oh, well, the rain pushed it away. That's the problem.
Hot water on it.
It doesn't. You have to dive deeper into it. So you have to find people that are doing everything possible to eliminate it. And unfortunately, most people in America are not doing that because it costs a lot more money. It's much easier to spray your food and your vegetables and all this kind of stuff. So that's why you can get that stuff cheaper. That's why you go to the store, look at organic and look at non-organic. The same exact thing.
It looks totally different.
Yeah, but you're paying a lot more for the organic.
I know.
And it's unfortunate.
Crazy. It is.
But even the organic is not even the best for you, because a lot of times, guess what? This field is organic over here. This field is a spray field. Well, when the air blows, guess what happens?
Oh, Lord.
It's going on it. And the government and people just don't get it. They, like you said earlier, they want you to be sick. And I truly believe that. The more research I do, I truly believe our government wants us to be sick. And anybody who can come and show me that they don't, then show me what you're doing to actually educate the people. And then I'll start believing you. Until that time, I'm not going to believe you, because people have to do it themselves. And it is more time. But we have to start doing these things to get us back to where we are. You want to eliminate sickness, you want to eliminate disease, this is what you need to do. And that's why you're in that. You teach this stuff. You are teaching it inside and out. It probably frustrates you because you're like, you're not eating correctly. Mm-hmm. And understandable. Listen, you talk about it. You said, hey, I can have a cupcake. Yes, I'm not saying you can't have certain things here and there. I'm not against that. Mm-hmm. But the stuff that is good, you have to really know, is it good? Correct. You know what I mean? And that's what people, I don't think, are diving deep enough into. Just because I go to Costco and I get the salmon, I hope people know that most of that salmon is not real salmon. It's farmed. So it's in a container. They throw crap to it to feed it to make it look good, and they inject it to make it look good because our eyes look at so many different things. These are the things that people need to start waking up to. You know what I mean? That's not how salmon normally looks. That real dark pink. That's not how it looks. You have to go and actually look. I was up in Alaska a few years back, about 6 years ago, and my wife and I got salmon. The salmon that was caught right out there, right out, the Alaskan wild caught salmon, does not look like Costco salmon. Not anywhere close. And I know that's real fresh salmon up there.
Of course.
Costco is not.
You know, and I do like, I'm a Costco addict. It's sad. I mean, I am. There's a lot of good things there that you can get.
Correct.
But honestly, like you said, you have to do some research and you know, understand it. We're going to take a break, and I definitely want, if you're listening out there, I am going to go into personal counseling of therapy with, because I have a degree in psychology of weight loss and weight management. I want to really be able to help people to understand it, give that one-on-one attention. This will be like nice, and you can do a free consult. It's an absolute half an hour free consult that you can go to My Trimline and book. And that way we see if we can help you to really understand nutrition, get healthy within inside and out. Okay, so go to mytrimline.com